Ablekuma constituency. And 2024, we held the election there, but over 200 polling stations. 19 of them got an issues, and today EC says that we need to relearn after we've been going through a lot of things, from high courts to other debates and other suggestions. Today, finally, they say we need to re-elect the member of parliament for the constituency, and in fact, a lot is going to happen today. Who is going to win and who is going to lose? And if NDC wins, is this a history? If NPP wins, is this a history? What are the stories? What are the insights behind today's election? And we need to break it down for you to know what has happened before and what is going to happen. And what will happen if the party A wins or party B also take the nod. And I'm doing this with my colleague Isaac Mote. Ike, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm really good. Hope you're also good.
By the grace. Have you been monitoring some of the trending stories regarding the Ablekuma election?
Yes, of course. Yesterday, I was monitoring some of the campaign messages that the parties...
they are still giving campaign
messages on the ground.
Okay.
But I'm really shocked by the MPP's attitude because they said they will not contest in the rerun.
Yes.
But the parliamentary candidate said she will contest. So all of a sudden, there have been a U-turn, and then the party leadership are in the Ablekuma constituency to help campaign for Rabina Free. So for me, that's one thing that, I mean, as politicians, you must have the integrity to stick by our words, but it seems like they say one thing and then they do a different thing. And when you come to the campaign messages, I was shocked when I heard some of the messages that they were preaching on the grounds. Because if Irabna wins the parliamentary seat, it means Jomama becomes a supreme leader. He controls 2/3 of parliament. And you know, 2/3 of parliament, he can do whatever he wants. He can even have access to change the constitution to favor him. So one thing that MPP wants to avoid is a Rabina win, which will make President Jomama a supreme leader. And when you heard some of the campaign messages, and Charlie, they are not certain.
Are you going to construct rules for you, or what are you going to construct?
No, they said that they should not vote for Rabina because if they vote for Rabina, Mama controls 2/3 of parliament, and Mama will enforce LGBT on us, and then Mama will use his power to change certain things in the constitution for him to run again to become a president. And these are not messages that you should be sending to people out there to vote for your candidate. You need to tell them what you will do. If I win, maybe I'll construct road for you, I'll give you a job, or anything within your power to do for your constituent. That's the message you should be telling them, not antagonizing somebody just to win power. We have gotten to a level where we need to campaign very well. That dirty politics, we should take it out, because now we are developing. Ghana is now a developing country, and for us to develop, to get to our level, we need to be pushing good words out there, good campaign messages, not insult, not antagonizing people just to win power.
Frankly speaking, yesterday I saw a video where the two parties, they were on street and they crashed, but the unity, they were trying to shake hands, and it was very beautiful when I was watching. Regardless, earlier it was somehow battle, like looks like battleground, but I don't know, all of a sudden, whether you mean or you don't mean, we won the general election, we have the majority in parliament, so it looks like let's try and maybe prevent the government, as you said, to become a supreme leader or a supreme president on us. And also, once again, the EC, of which yesterday, I mean, after the election, the current government now, then when they were in position, said that, oh, let's do rerun of this particular polling station because of irregularities and others. But they said no. Then the then government or the party was in support of the EC, but all of a sudden the story has changed where they are saying that no.
Well, it comes down to the competence of the Electoral Commission, and you know, civil society organizations are mostly on the neck of the EC because of certain issues, credibility issues. Because when you remember, last 4 years, SAO didn't have an MP for a whole 4 years, and people were asking questions. Why is that the EC is not organizing an elections in SAO so that they can also have a representative in parliament? And EC didn't do anything about it. And now, when NDC came to power, you heard the the party chairman saying this EC is not fit and they need to leave.
Yeah.
And then the MPP were against it.
And now
then all of a sudden,
the EC is not fit.
Yeah. So you can imagine what will happen after this Ablekuma North parliamentary elections. Will it be that it's time for the EC to go? Will they resign? Or maybe the president have to come in? Somebody needs to send a petition so that they can also start the initial process as the Chief Justice is also going through a process. So we are at a stage where now people are now asking credibilities of state institutions. Are they really fit to be there? And what goes into the appointment? Is it a political appointment, or they being appointed based on their credibility?
But for this particular instance, I think that those people don't have a problem. I see the credibility is there, but the politics around that make it look so dirty. For instance, yesterday you were in power. You said that you support the EC. EC is genuine. When you left power you were still supporting the party, though the government says that I'm going to remove the EC and other occupants. But you still said no, you shouldn't remove. Why all of a sudden then they said that EC does not fit, and then the government who is going to remove the EC is saying that the decision
didn't go in their favor. You know how it works in Ghana. If the decision doesn't favor me, then you are not good enough to be there. So that's how.
So it's the politics around. The institutions have the credibility to run or to do what they are supposed to, but the politics around is really making them looking like something which is there. Also, clearly, yesterday no, today yes, yesterday yes. Today, all these are some of the things that.
Let's see what happened after the elections.
Yes, whether they will come back and say that EC fits now to
and who wins that seat will play a crucial role.
Yeah, in fact, NPP needs a lot of work. Akweti MP is no more there again. May his soul rest in perfect.
So now they have 87.
Yes, 87. So they need 2. Yeah.
They need to win 2 parliamentary seats.
Yes. So after this, they are going for another
by-elections. Yeah.
And of which it's likely that they might lose their election as well. Hopefully, we will come here again and be doing the analysis. But let's go into the Ablekuma North constituency and see the story about that. So what we know is that it's a stronghold for the New Patriotic Party. The background for this, it says that Ablekuma North constituency election result has delayed due to the incomplete results sheet from some polling stations. So these are the stories behind why we are going to vote for, why we are going on poll for this morning or today. And also it says that that notwithstanding, the commission has been working tirelessly to finalize the results, which have been plagued by delays and disagreement. So these are the stories that we generated, or the genesis of what it means. And the process has been suspended 7 times, including January 8, 2025, when the returning officer resigned over a dispute about the authentication of the pink sheet. So, and these are some 7 times fight. And also, since then, tension has been high. Has been high in the constituency, with the supporters of the NDC and the NPP clashing over the results. The NDC claims their candidate Ewurabena Abin won the parliamentary contest, while the NPP insists that candidate Nanekwa Owusu Efeye won it. In the heat of the contention, both parties have mounted billboards in the constituency to thank the electorate in the constituency for their vote. So these are the story. It started from here, where there was a problem or the issue during the election or even after the election, where it has been suspended 7 times just a couple of months, and it got to a certain point where each party says that we won the election, and billboards were being mounted in favor for A, for B, in terms of that. And you can clearly see in the next slide how it's been came about. So the next slide, you can see that there's a billboard here mounted for both of them in there. Yes, so you can see that Ewurabena here saying that Ewurabena declared MP elect, and also Ekua is also an MP elect. So who won the Ablekuma North constituency, and who is going to win today? So the broader electoral justice debate, what the institutions are saying, EC stance EC is saying that return aims to restore confidence by resolving irregularities. This is the reason why EC is going to do the rerun of the election and the legal tensions. High Court emphasized constituents' rights to representation, urging post-rerun grievances redress. So High Court is also saying that you can't infringe the right of the constituent or the people not to vote. They have to get representatives in parliament. So just organize another election for them. That's why we are also going to have this election. And democratic principle again says that critique argue NPP boycotts and undermines accountability, prioritizing protest over participation. So this is another thing that people are also talking about regarding the Ablekuma North constituency. Now let's go into it and see other stories inside there. So you can see the billboard that I was talking about. That I'll come back to it and just have a video. Let's go and do this interview quickly. We have one of our correspondents on the ground and she's monitoring everything. Augustina, if you can hear us, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
So far, tell us, where are you? Where have you been so far, and what's happening on the ground?
Okay, I'm currently at the Ablekuma constituency at Odoko. Voting started at exactly 7 a.m. Everything was going on well. Yeah. And then we are expecting 112 voters. Out of it, 26 has been able to vote. And there is a confusion over here where party members, they are insisting they vote outside. Because they are voting inside and then they said anything can happen. So DC and Medina Inspector is here. They are taking things into consideration to bring it outside.
So apparently the voting is going inside, but
yes,
but
Presbyterian Church side.
But as the EC says something about the motive or the reason behind the decision to vote inside rather than making it in public.
Yeah, he said due to the weather condition, but members of the parties are also insisting they vote outside. Yeah.
But you be on the ground. How's the weather there? Is this raining or the sun is scouting or what's really going on there that the EC is saying that?
Raining, but the weather has changed and then anything can happen. So they're insisting with the vote inside, but both party members are not agreeing to that. So DC Kofi Sapon and then other police officers are expected, and they are taking things into consideration what to do.
But haven't they also provided any tents or something rather than going inside?
No, please.
Tell us about the security system there, apart from Kofi Sapon coming there to resolve.
Everything is on point, just that party members, some of them are too chaos about that, and then they are causing confusion and all that. But they are also trying their best to put things in place.
So currently there's a confusion going on there right now.
No, please.
It's so earlier it was that, but now it has resolved everything.
Exactly.
So how's the process now? Is this going on smooth, or are the people coming in numbers to vote?
Yeah, it's okay. Just that people don't want to go inside to vote. They want them to bring the vote inside. Because according to them, they said other stations they are voting outside, so they don't know why or they are voting inside. So they don't understand. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you want to share with us so that we come to later regarding that? Maybe from here you will go to another place as well.
No, please. You'll be going to another place. So if any information, I'll call you.
Thank you very much, Augustina.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that what you said, that I don't know why they are voting inside, but per the report says that because of the weather. Yeah, but they should have provided some tents or something.
Maybe they are taking precaution because it can. We are in the raining season and anything can happen. It's not. Maybe they don't want the rain to start before they move their materials to the building. So first of all, let's take our precaution, be in the building, come and vote. But it all boils down to the credibility of the issue of the EC, because if the constituents believe in the EC, they will not be complaining about it. But because they smell something fishy, constituent, and you know how they behave when it comes to elections. So everybody has his or her reasons for complaining about this issue. But we hope that at the end of the day, we'll have a credible elections. We'll have a credible winner who will go to Parliament to to support his constituency in his constituency.
Right. So let's come back to what we are talking about earlier. And I was talking about this. Have you cited any when we are passing by?
Yes.
I think this was.
I saw this
Odoko.
at Odoko.
Yes, Odoko. And there's one also. This Kwashibu or Kwashiman Junction. You can also see that.
So now the big question is, who is the member of parliament for Ablekuma North?
The first time I cited, I said, no. So is this too constituency, but with the same name, and this person said elected, congratulations, thank you.
And you know the funny thing, they are close. Both billboards are close. There's no distance between them.
I'll come back to you. I have Pels also on the line. Pels, good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you doing?
I'm blessed. And you?
So yeah. Tell us what's happening on where you are and what's going on.
Currently, I'm at Ablekuma North. Exactly at Cherbois Central Pentecost Church. So it's all about the re-voting of Ablekuma North parliamentary candidature, which is between Ifuye and then Irabna Oven of the NDC. So after 7 a.m., voting started normally as it's supposed to be by the Constitution. And at the police station at Church of Pentecost, 412 members are supposed to vote. But as at 8:35, it's only 37 people that has come to vote. Then I also went to Odoko South Martin 4 and 5 school, and they are expecting 54 people to come and vote. But as at 8:20, it's only 3 people that has voted. So I sent the videos to you guys to just use it. Yeah.
I think we'll be showing the videos subsequently, or it will come soon. But have you? What was the security so far there?
Only thing is, come here. Security is really tight. Security is very tight. The police personnel are here. The army are here, and they are all. Nothing chaotic has happened, and it is going on smoothly.
We just spoke to Augustina. She's also on the ground. And she made mention that where she is currently, the voting is going on inside a certain room due to weather condition. Pertaining to where you are, tell us the weather so far, and where is the voting going? Is this public outside or is this inside?
Here, but nothing shows it will rain for now. The weather is a bit cold. Yes, but nothing shows it's raining here.
So are you people inside or they are voting outside? Do they have tents or what?
Outside the Pentecost Church. We are right in front of the Pentecost Church.
Okay. Have you had some engagement with the electorate? Have you seen their reaction towards? Are they happy voting or what they want? They have gotten it already.
Happy smiles on their faces. As I said earlier, the turnout is a bit down. I don't know if most of the voters have gone to work or they are busy doing their daily chores, and as time goes on, they will come out. You know, in Ghana, when it's about closing, that's when we all rush to the police station to cast our vote. So this is a normal phenomenon for us as voters in Ghana. But as time goes on, you see 2 or 3 people coming to vote together, you understand? Yeah, so we are just in front of the Pentecost Church at Cherbois.
Have you seen the various political parties being around, maybe with their party colors or whatever?
The constituency chairman for the NDC is here. So far, he's the one I've seen. And then just a moment ago, I saw Honorable Akugan, who is the Deputy Communication Officer for the NDC. I also sent you a video of his interview we had with him. So he is going from one police station to the other to ensure that his party members are doing the needful for them.
So far, the electoral process, no machine error or any...
Nothing of that sort, yes.
All right. Then let me leave you so that you can monitor the process at the various centers or where you are. I will come to you later.
Okay, and if anything happens, I'll just give you a video of it.
Sure, thank you very much. So that's so what I was talking about. You know, I don't know why they are voting inside because of the weather, and but the same jurisdiction,
but one thing that I'm saying is we will not have the same number who voted in the 24 elections because probably some have traveled
Some have died.
Some have died. Some can be admitted at the hospital. So we will not have the same turnout that we saw in the 2020 elections, based on some of the issues that we have cited here. Okay. So for me, we hope that by the end of the day, EC will do their job very well. We'll have a credible winner, and then at the end of the day, there will be no dispute upon, hey, I won, you won, dispute over pink sheet, authenticated pink sheet, scanned pink sheet. We don't need that. We hope that the EC will do their job very well, so that at the end of the day we'll have a
teachers doing jokes with their books, pens, and chalks and others, and even cane and markers. Bankers don't joke with their finance account.
So in this case, don't joke with your pink sheet.
No, don't joke with their pink sheet. You can steal their party this thing, but in terms of pink sheet, they will die for that. So we are just hoping that today we will finalize Ablekuma election. So a little background also says Ablekuma constituency with a total of 281. So basically we have 281. It started with 3 polling stations that they were having problems, but it triggered that, okay, let's make it 19 polling stations. Let's vote 19 polling stations. That's what we have here. We EC want to rerun the election, so basically that's what we have talked about. We had this. These are the problems that have been stated earlier. There was election, but casualties, irregularities, and other stuff, where it even went to court. There was a suspension of 7 times and others, and now EC says that we want to do election once again. Politicians have given their bites and others, and I think that we need to come on to that. So we are going to into it and see the background of their historic background of the constituency in terms of elections and others. Now, so let's go to the next one and see. Oh, great. So we have the historical election results overview. 1992 to 2020, won by NDC's Adam Balcon Norte, and that was 1992 to 2000. It was for NDC, but basically NPP took the lead there. 1996 to 2000, held consistently by the New Patriotic Party NPP, represented by Kwabena Battles, and also 2012 continue under the NPP through specific NP data is limited to that. And then we have 2016 Nana Ekua Usu Efriye secured the seat, and also 2020 Sheila Battles. I think his father was then an NP, and she came again. The daughter came, won with 54,821 votes, representing 64.3% versus 29,772 votes of 34.9% for the NDC candidate. So clearly you can see that, and this is a stronghold for the NPP.
Yeah, and it will be difficult for the NDC to snatch the seat from the NPP, because now if they want to campaign, then they have to use the achievement of His Excellency the President to campaign.
That's what the constituent Ghanaians so-called they want to hear.
So you have to use your achievement. This is what His Excellency has done ever since he was being sworn in as the President of the country. So based on this, you can vote for Irabina to continue the good work that the president is doing. So if Irabina comes to parliament, there's a probability that she will change the fortunes of the constituency. Maybe if there are places that are underdeveloped, she can consult members of parliament to get to the president to come to the aid of the constituency. So she needs to use the messages of His Excellency to campaign, because when you look at the records, everything favors the NPP. It's a very strong hold for the NPP. And the last time the NDC won it was 1992. Ever since then, it has been held by the NPP. So looking at the goodwill of the government also, maybe it can influence the voters to vote for the NDC. Other than that, NPP
it's very interesting, because a stronghold of a certain party, and now you are no more in power. What are you going to use to campaign?
Yes,
and now that there's a so-called notion that the current government is doing well, and they are coming again.
and when we look at what the NPP have done over the last 6 months, you can also send a message to the constituent, because of the oral issues, and then the issues concerning the former vice president. Somebody said that if the vice president goes to campaign for the Nana Ekuye-Free, it's probably because she will lose, because of some of the issues that the vice have been tagged with. So they should not allow the vice to come to the grounds. But for me, I have a different idea. People come with messages. He has not been president before, he was the vice. And they said that it was just a trotro meet. So based on that, he couldn't do much.
Oh, he can brand himself.
Yes, of course, branding. So for me, when you look at the issues of oral, maybe it can affect Mrs. Free for being elected as the member of parliament for Ablekuma North. And when it goes to a Rabner side, the goodwill of the government and the achievement of His Excellency the President can help her to win the seat for the NDC since 1992. So it will take a lot of work for the NDC to snatch the seat from the NPP. I hope that by the end of the day, we'll have a credible winner.
But if you look at 2024, it was a close gap between the two parties. NDC nearly took, or they took, because that's where the problem started. That we took, you nearly, you took, you nearly.
And it all came down to the pink sheet.
Yes,
because some said their pink sheet were not scanned. It was not authenticated. And even upon the pronunciation of the winner, there was not enough security around to allow the EC officer over there to announce the winner of the Ablekuma North constituency. So this time around, the EC have put in place proper measures to ensure that we have a fair election. And then at the end of the day, we will not come out and say, based on this and based on that, I was cheated in the elections. Now you are there with your party members, your supporters are there. Everybody is monitoring everything from A to the last end. So at the end of the day, you have no issue to complain about. And I hope that the EC will get the job done right this time around.
What you said about the consideration, what the constituents are going to consider to vote for a particular candidate, you can clearly see that this particular government is very young. And as I said earlier, there's a notion they are doing well in terms of 102. In fact, GDP was 23, now it's 13%. Inflation from 23% to 13%. So they have reduced inflation. You can say a lot of things that they have put
reduction in transport fares,
and the CD appreciation and the depreciation of the other currencies.
Goods and services prices are also coming down. So maybe based on this, they can consider this
so
and
if
vote for
the constituents are considering all this, and then it's clearly showing that the NDC is going to get again. What is not going to be on favor for the NPP is that for 2024, though there was a notion again that they are not doing well, the government has failed and all those stuff. So, but at least you can stand on something that vote for Bawumia. When we are going to change the fortune of the nation or the constituency. That one is better. But here, what are you going to campaign? If we vote for you, what are you going to get?
Everything favors Arabna. Everything favors. But you constituent, how they behave when it comes to elections. Sometimes they can be moved by a certain tone or a certain message to vote for a particular candidate. So it all depends on the electorate, upon the message that they hear. If the message influences them, then they can vote for the person who gave them the best message. But if the message doesn't go down well with them, they can vote for their preferred candidate.
And they can also check what Sheila did previously in 2020.
She was a one-term MP.
What they can check, did he do well there? And we should give the baton again to the NPP. What have we benefited from the NPP so far? We voting for them. But history speaks. So far, it's a stronghold. It's a very strong. Breaking through is not.
It will be difficult.
Yes,
very difficult.
But there's a greater advantage also for the NDC, as we've been narrating some now. Let's go into it and see the other ones again. So basically in Greater Accra, let's look at Greater Accra, the election dynamics so far. Per the last election that we had, which is last year, the percentages of seats, we have 32 seats in Greater Accra. NDC won 28 of them.
In Greater Accra?
Yes, Greater Accra. And NPP just took only 4, which is 12% out of 100. So NDC had 87. So Greater Accra itself, a whole for last year, clearly shows that NDC is in control of everything. Where NDC hasn't won before, won in 2024. So this will tell you that it is possible to the same thing happen in Ablekuma. And there are other several constituencies NDC sometimes find it difficult to penetrate, but they were able to do that in 2024. So in 2025 at Ablekuma North, then the slogan for the NPP, it is possible, could be for the NDC, it is possible for them to break through the history dynamics. So you can clearly see from here what the history says. From 1996, NDC won here in for the Ashanti Greater Accra with 13 seats, And the 2000, 2004, NPP took Greater Accra with 15 seats and 16 seats. Then it was not 30, 32 seats, it was 21 seats total. So they were leading. And 2008, NDC won majority of the seats, 18 for Greater Accra, and 2012, 20 for Greater Accra also for the NDC. And 2016, NPP came again with 21, and 2020, NDC took the baton again in 20 seats out of the total number there. And 2024, as I said, 28. So you can see the gap where they started 13, 18, 20, 20 to 28. Yeah. So you can see the strength. And you were, you got only four
seats. And even for one is in contention.
Yes.
Of course. So if they lose this one too, so NDC will have 29.
Yeah.
And then the MPP will have 3. So first question is, what happened that they voted against their own MPs?
Yeah.
Is it because of the performance of the government? Is it because of the corruption-related issues? Is it because of inflation? What is it? What influenced them to go and vote against their MPs? Or is it because of the message of the NDC that they are saying that when I come, John Mama said, vote for experience, not somebody new. So because of John Mama has been president before, this time around when he comes, he will make things better. Is it because of the promises they made in the manifesto? So we need to find out some of this and why they voted against their MP. For me, when I saw 28 seats for the NDC, I was shocked because it has never happened in our history that Greater Accra alone, one party will control 28 seats. And it means
they nearly took all.
They nearly took all. And one is in contention too. Yeah. So probably if he gets it, the president becomes a
and Ablekuma is also coming.
Yes, Ablekuma is also coming. So when they get it, the president becomes a supreme leader. Yeah. And you know what he can do with such power.
We will look at that. It's part of what you are coming to. It's so great to get such
for the first time in our country.
Yes. That's why earlier I said that there's a history.
Yeah,
there's a history. And we get to that's what they are trying their best to prevent.
They are trying their best to prevent that.
But what is going against them is you are not in power.
You are not in power.
So when we vote for your power,
and I'm shocked that they are not even giving them the right message.
What message are you going to give?
At least tell them what you will do if you win. Not what tarnishing the image of the president that when NDC wins the seat, the president becomes a supreme leader and he will enforce LGBT on us. It's not a message.
There's one thing which has changed in our election. You see, you can tell me what you will do.
Yeah.
Ghanaians are now reasoning. Where will you get that?
Well,
so you understand? You are not in power.
Yeah,
so
you're not in power, but the MP is in power. No,
yes.
But District Assembly Common Fund will come in.
Oh.
So you can use that one to do something for your constituent. Although your government is not in power, you are entitled to District Assembly Common Fund. At least you can start something for your constituent. Maybe road issues, is it cheap compound, anything that you see that is a problem in your constituency, you can use that to solve it.
And the constituent will also measure. Should we vote for someone which has the ability of maybe 10% from the government? Then maybe when we vote for Irama, she's going to get 80% from the government.
Because the government is in power.
80%
hand or maybe everything will come to her favor. But if Mrs. Efie wins, your government is not in power.
Yes.
So you can imagine the kind of struggle you go through because now you need to go and partner some of the NDC's ministers and MPs to lobby to get money for your constituent. And looking at the situation that she is in now, what's the relationship with the NDC MP? Can you lobby them when you win to come to your aid? And what about the party leadership? Look at what they have said to the NDC. Can you go to them? And everything is against Mrs. Efie.
Every political party, their profit is power.
Yes,
they want power. We will not breastfeed you the opponent for you to capture powerness. If we give you the things, the resources, what to do the right thing, the people say, hey, Charlie, she did well. Let's vote for her again or him again subsequently. And meanwhile, we are the people that we help you. So they are not going to do that.
Since it's a strong vote for the MPP, I thought they were going to win the seat in the 2024 elections. But based on what you have seen, it's likely that
they are
going to lose. Because Mrs. Efie claims she won. Irabuna also says that I won based on the small margin. So now if they are able to close that margin, if NDC is able to close down the margin, then it's possible they are going to win the seat since 1992. So let's wait and see what happens by the end of the day.
So Greater Accra, per the analysis, when we do the calculations, can clearly see that for NDC 13 plus 18, plus 20 plus 20, and you will get 7-1 in total. With the exception of the 2024-28, I didn't add that one. So you only get 7-1 seats as of 2020, and NPP in total 52. So you can see the strength in Greater Accra here in terms of NDC and NPP. Though Greater Accra in nature is a swing region, they can decide to vote for A or B. But clearly you can see the NDC strength in Greater Accra is very, very good. And this will tell you that if they are basing on all this, then you can see that Ablekuma North will definitely go in favor of maybe NDC. That's clearly there. So let's see what's it also entails now there. Yeah. After that, now we have the Ablekuma North constituency percent won by NDC and NPP. Let's try to look at the previous election, how far they have come so far. But before that, the NPP dominance over the years, the 1992 NPP boycotted, and the annual 2024 results are pending. So it's saying that 1992 NPP boycotted the election, and it was general across the country because they thought that Jerry John Lawrence and the NDC manipulated the election. That was the first time you're having the Fourth Republic election. So they didn't believe in terms of parliamentary. Even the presidential, they nearly boycotted the presidential, but they got 38 or 32% for Edu Buahen. So in 2000, it can clearly see that the rejected ballots was really low, 0.3%, and NDC got 28.6% and NPP 62% in Ablekuma North constituency. In 2004, rejected again 0.3. This helps for us to know the number of people getting to know how to vote and other stuff, even though the numbers are increasing. The number of electorates there in 2004 isn't the same as what we're experiencing now. So you can see that 0.3% might be somehow. You can see that we can also have 0.5, but you can see that the number of people who went to an election are many than the people who went here. So the number of rejected won't affect, unlike the previous one there. So you can see that 62 against 28 in favor for the NPP in 2000 and 2004. 65 for Kufuor again, for then the parliamentary candidate against 32.7% for the NDC also. But in 2008, you can see that NPP dropped from 65 to 57, and NDC jumped from 32 to 38. So you can see the performance of the NDC throughout up to 2020. They haven't gotten to 40%. NPP is around 62, 65, 50, 60s there, but NDC is less than 40% of the Ablekuma North election. Now, if you look at 2012, rejected was 0.6% against 38 for the NDC and 59% for the NPP. They increased a little bit in there from the previous year. Now, in 2016, where we saw a partially historic voting for the
it was a tsunami
for the NPP. Can see that NDC had 32.8% at the Ablekuma North, and then NPP got 66.8%, though that's the highest so far since 1992 election. And also, for 2000, for the last record that we have 35 for the NDC and 64 for the NPP. So it's telling the NPP the story that how come you are winning the election. So someone you haven't gotten 40%, how come you want to win the election?
When you look at the trend of the NDC from 28 to 32 to 38, and then they maintain the 38, and then they drop to 32 based on the performance of the government, then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and then looking at the campaign message that the NPP brought on board, Ghana to lead us, and based on that, they lost their vote in the Ablekuma North constituency decreased. But in 2020, shockingly, it rose to 35%. So you could say that we're not happy with the performance of the government or the performance of the MP by then. So they increased their vote in 2020 to 35%. So in 2024, you could see that they closed the margin again. You could see that then NDC is doing something right in the constituency. Maybe the messages they are sending to the constituent or maybe the MPP is underperforming in the constituency because it's their stronghold. They think that they can keep on winning no matter what. So sometimes winning a stronghold depends on the kind of message you give and then the performance of the government. If the government get it right, it influences the constituent to vote. If the government get it wrong, you could see it showed in the 2016 elections from 30 to 32%. And Akufo-Addo in his first term was okay. So they was okay, but what about the performance of the MP in the constituency? From 32, then they increased to 35. So it means that the MP didn't perform. So they decided to vote against it and go for the NDC, but they didn't get enough vote to get a seat for them for the first time in 1992. So for me, the 2024 elections shows that, look, it's, MPP is losing the grip on their seat in the Ablekuma North constituency. And today will tell us whether they'll still maintain the seat or they'll lose it for the NDC.
You can also see from the 2004 where the member then dropped from 65 to 57 for the NPP, though this is a stronghold, and NDC increased marginally 32 to 38. And what you said from in 2016 also, we have the NDC from 2012, because then there was a pressure between the 4 years of John Dramani Mahama, so they dropped, you can see. So the moment that Ghanaians are going to vote for you generally, it affects your constituency, as it's happened before.
If the president loses, no, you could see that there's a trend.
Yeah.
If the presidential vote decreases, the member of parliament vote also decreases.
Yes.
If the presidential vote increases, the member of parliament vote also increases. So
most of the time.
Most of the time. So it depends on the performance of the government.
Yes. So as I said, 2012 to 2008 election, where Atamels won the election generally for the NDC, you can see that Kufuor and the NPP lost. Yeah. They declined 65
to 57.
And NDC also in 2012, when they are leaving the office in 2016-17 for the NPP, you can see that they also dropped from 38 to 32, and NPP rather increased, as it's affected the NDC also. They increased from 2004 to 2028. Now the story also comes in from 2016 to 2020. You can see that NDC rather increased in terms of numbers, and NPP decreased from 66 to 64. And NDC increased from the 32 to 35, meaning they added the 3-4% here. And NPP also.
So in 2016, it was Sheila Batel's right?
Yeah.
And she didn't perform. And then she lost the primaries to Mrs. Efriye. And then she won the elections in 2020. Mrs. Efriye won it in 2020, and then she's going for a second term. So at least she has been an MP before. So maintaining the 64.2%, she couldn't maintain the 64.2%. Based on what? What are the constituents saying?
Yeah.
Is it because of the, looking at the campaign message of the NDC and how the government, the citizens criticize the performance of the Akufo-Addo-led administration, led to them decreasing from 66 to 64%, so they lost 2% of their vote. So in 2024,
clearly you can see that
they're on a decline.
Yes,
the NPP is on a decline.
We are not saying that they will increase, but clearly from January, based on what we did.
But since the NDC were able to close the gap in 2024, it means that then the NPP
probability for them to
they are
declining
in the constituency.
Yes, and the Akufo-Addo even declined. Baumia
declined
massively. And then he says that we perform abysmally.
Yeah.
So clearly you can see that they will either decline to a certain number, and then this news coming in is that we earlier had an interaction with our correspondent, and they were a certain polling station. They were voting. Augustina, they were voting in the room, and the news is that they are outside. So I think the weather is clear now for them to come. So you can see on the screen right now they have come outside. They are going to vote, but you can see the weather is okay there now.
But I'm okay with the security personnel over there. I mean, security is tight, which is good for us, because this time around there will be enough security for the EC officer to announce the result of the candidate who won, and the party's executives are also there. I heard some MPs are also on the ground. So this time around we'll have a credible election. No more pink sheet, scanned pink sheet, authenticated pink sheet. Every party will have that pink sheet right, so that the EC's pink sheet will be what they will be using to announce the winner of the Ablekuma North parliamentary election. So I hope that there's no military personnel. No, I've not cited.
Oh yes, there shouldn't be even a military. Military will come in when there's maybe external force or something.
Yeah, but
for democratic processes, the police service they are supposed to handle that. So I think that no military should be there now. But she made mention that there's a military there because of one or two something. By now, I think maybe. They have gone to where they are supposed to be. So let's come back to what we are talking about. So good news coming from Ablekuma North constituency. We are hoping that no casualties or irregularities will happen once again, that we get officially MPs, whether for A or for B there, and then we continue with that. So his history is just telling us that things are happening, and when it's happening, generally it also affects the down from Kufuor to Mills to Mahama to Kufuor and to Akufo-Addo and their respective members of parliament. So clearly you can see that 2024 election they will reduce. But here it comes, we are not voting 2024. Oh. So the anger and the power that now they say Ghana where did they meal? Now that they have eaten, maybe they have forgotten the heat there in last year.
The goodwill also counts. The goodwill of the government will also play.
Yes, the good will also come in.
Will play a key role, and then the performance of the government will play a key role in these elections. Let's hope that they'll get it right and we'll have a credible winner.
I say a comment in 2014 the way they went out.
So what did
that's I'm now that if they feel okay, then let's just go and vote for anyone we like, or we shouldn't vote at all. But we are hoping that the right person will be voted for the constituency, whether for A or B. So that's what some of the history of the story coming from Ablekuma. Now let's see basically the structure of how it has been so far. Yes, so clearly you can see where 1992 there wasn't any NPP participation in the Ablekuma North constituency in terms of parliament, and basically it's cut across the country. They can see they've been winning the constituency, so up to this level for the NDC. In 2020 we get to zero, and 2024 where there was a zero election here, and now we are going to vote for the party. So you can see the strength of these political parties. NDC is doing well, NPP is also trying their best, but we know that it's a stronghold for the NPP, and what we've been discussing, we are saying that it's not possible for NDC not to win. It is possible for them to win, and at the same time it's possible for the NPP. If they win, there's no story or there's no news about that because they're their stronghold. But if NDC wins, it's a story because they have break through the rock or the mountain where they haven't done some before, except the 1992. Even the NPP decided not to go at all. They didn't even contest. They didn't bother to go like that. But at the same time, the places that you are talking about within the constituency. So places that you are talking about within the constituency. So you can see NPP has an upper hand at the constituency. Even smaller stations, including Radiant Way and Prep School and the others one affirmed NPP loyalty. So these the other places where we can see they are very small communities. They are also in support for the New Patriotic Party. But one thing is that our election is changing, as we keep on saying. Our election dynamic is changing, and what happened in 2024 tells a different story for our political parties. And 2025 election can also predict 2028 election. What is going to happen there can tell us something in 2028. So if NDC wins, or they lose the election, but they were able to close the gap, something can see that yes, Ghanaians are waiting for the good things that each government is doing, or each person is also undertaking. So that's clearly coming from there. So basically the structure for Ablekuma North shows that NPP is there doing. The key point that we should note was that NPP boycotted the parliamentary election. What we should know, what's really defined the 1992 election for Ablekuma North constituency was that NPP boycotted the election. They didn't participate in the election. 1996 we have the Kwabena battles with the 28,000 and NDC unknown with the person also got 18,000 for Kwabena battles won the election. First time NPP winning there. So first time NPP winning there. So the first time they decided that we want to partake, we want to go in for the election, then they won. And also in 2000, Kwabena Battles again won with 32,000. So you can see the numbers started increasing from 28,000 to 32,000 there. And we have the 22 for the NPPA, NDC candidates, and the NPP won once again. In 2004, Kwabena again came in 40%, and 25,000 for the NDC, and also for the Kwabena won and secure third term. So, and also for the Kwabena won and secure third term. So he has gone for 3 times. He has won. 2008, Kwabena Battles came again with 45,000 and 30,000 for NDC candidates, and the NPP retained their seats. In 2012, Justice Joe appeared with 48,000. So you can see every election the numbers increases there for them, and with 48,000. And 2016, Nana Ekwa Owusu a free year got 52,000 plus there, and you can see against the 37 for the NDC. And Sheila also came in 2020 with a 58%, and Ekwa Owusu once again has come with a Rabna where we couldn't get the winner. So the winner wasn't being declared in 2024. Now we are going to vote. So court mandated the recollation. No MP declared yet, but we are going to have the election of the 19 polling station for the constituency. So by the end of today, we are going to get MP. Surely we are going to get MP for Ablekuma North. Is this going to be Ekwa Owusu or Ewura Ama Albin who is going to lead the constituency? So you can clearly see the numbers each and every election. It increases. It goes up whenever the number of people who are going to vote also increases. That's also determine the numbers that we are going to. I don't know if you want to have a bite on that.
But when I'm just looking at the voting from 28,000 to 32,000, so they got 4,000 plus votes in addition. So they decreased by 2, and then from 40,000 to 45,000, so they increase again by 5,000 votes. And then they increase again by 3,000 votes. And then from 3,000 to 4,000 votes again, and then another 2,000 votes again. So they are not able to maintain the gap, the pace. So from 4,000 to 2,000 to 4,000 to 2,000. So they keep on decreasing by 2 and then increasing by 4. But when you look at the NDC from 18,000 to 22,000, so 4,000 vote difference, and then from 22,000 to 25, so 3,000 votes, and then they increase again by 5,000 votes. But whenever they keep on increasing, NDC, MPP also increases. So they are not able to close the margin. And when you look at the NDC, the MPP increases either by 4,000 or by 2,000, but it's the same margin. They also increase by 2,000 or by 4,000. So they are not able to close the margin between them and then the MPP candidates. So it's a stronghold for the NPP. And when you look at the 2020 elections from 52,000 to 54,000, look at the NDC from to 29,000. So they decrease. They decreased by is it 6,000 votes? They lost 6,000 votes to the MPP. So it's not a good record for the NDC in the Ablekuma North constituency.
Let's continue to see the other one also. Yes. So let's look at why it is so important for them to go for this election. This is where when we are talking about the supreme power and others. So basically for the general election, this is for the presidential. We have 41.57%. For the MP Mahama and Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Then in 2024 there. Now let's come back to the parliamentary. For the parliamentary, we got 44.41 for the NPP and also 53.57 or 54% for the NDC. They won the majority. Now, NPP as it stands now, 88 minus 1 because of the Akwetia issue. So now they are there 87 in parliament. Now, NDC is also having 83 in addition of the 3 the independent candidates also. In addition to that, they are getting such numbers, and there's a reason why they are supposed to get that, and we are going to look at that. So if you have 86 and 87, 186 and 87, 100 gap,
100% gap. The gap is huge. Really
the gap
huge.
is really huge.
Really huge.
And they can do whatever they want to do.
Yes, of course.
Whether healthy or not healthy. We are not looking at that, but we are looking at political eye, why they are getting these numbers. You know, we have 276 constituencies and 2/3. If you want to do, before you can do government business in parliament, you need 92, which is 1/3 of that. 92 must be present before they can discuss government issues in parliament and others. And if you want to maybe make a national review like constitution and others too, you need 2/3, of which you said, and that would be 92 plus 92 will give you somewhere 184 or 100 and something. And this is 183. Without they are not adding the independents. If we add the independent, then it means Mahama is a supreme leader. Yeah. But constitution says from your own political party. So that's the reason why Mahama is not the supreme leader now. By now they but he's not a supreme leader. He will only be a supreme leader if I wanted to be in their shoe. If they are able to win the Ablekuma today, then Mahama can become a supreme leader, getting 184, making 2/3 of those in parliament. Now they have the ability to make any amendment of the country without the minority. You can decide not to come, because for now, as it stands now, NPP can decide not to come. When it comes to constitutional amendments and others, NDC needs NPP there. But for government business, NPP can boycott. That's where some of the laws and the amendment we want. We have the budgets and all those stuff. NDC can work out. They can pass the bill. Yes, the bill. When they send the bill to Parliament now, NPP can boycott. NDC can still pass the bill because it's the government business. So 92 can do the job. But in terms of constitution, changing the constitution, making a huge amendment, you need 184. And this is only having 183 in total. So if they get the Ablekuma, now they're going to 184. Now Akotia is also standing there because of here. So now there are two opportunities for NDC to grab. So you can see how their eye has become so red. They want the power. They want to become, and people also preventing them. Yeah. The moment they get the one to become 184, mind you can sit at home. We can do everything from A to Z without your help. But now they are limited. We have the power to do something, but in terms of constitution and others, we need the NPP to add up. But
wow, interesting time. I mean, I never imagined we could get to this point that we'll have a supreme leader. If it happens, that we'll have a supreme leader in the country, and by supreme, he can do anything that he wants. But we don't want it in a negative way. We want it in a positive way, a way that our country will develop. We want, since March, we have gained independence, but looking at how other countries have bypassed us, Charlie, Yakechi, and we need to catch up in terms of development. Others are going the digital way. What about us? What are we doing so that we can also match up with their pace? So I hope that if only they get that one seat to become the president, to become a supreme leader, we hope that he can use that power to influence this country positively. He can use this power to drive us to the digital world, like how other countries are developing, and also amend certain things in the constitution. People are saying that some of the things in the constitution needs to be amended in a positive way. So if he has the power, then he can do that by amending certain portions in the constitution. And he also has the power against the LGBTQ plus issue. Now, he said that when he comes into power, he will sign it. But till now, he has not signed it. And what is the issue? Why are they not signing it? Are they hiding something from us? Are they running from their promise? They need to come and tell us why they are not signing the LGBTQ plus issue. And then the kind of promises they made when it comes to Galamsey, he said that they will use AI to fight Galamsey. So now we have not seen the AI, but we are seeing water guards. Now, so if you become a supreme leader, you need to use that power positively to achieve your aim, whatever you said in the constitution. Now you have the power to achieve everything that you said in the constitution. So let's hope and pray that if you only get it, fine. But if it doesn't, they have another opportunity in Akwetia. But will they contest? That's the issue. Will they contest?
Oh, they will.
Or they will leave it for the NPP. Yeah, so let's wait and see what happens.
NDC has won the seat before.
Yeah.
So clearly they will do that. They will try and make it possible. Let's do the final conclusion to see. So why is this so important? Once again, we have the political implication. So what we are just discussing, NDC's path to super majority. Current parliament, NDC 183 seats, NPP 88 minus 1, which is the Akweti MP which has just passed out. And an NDC win in Ablekuma North would secure 184 seats, a two-third majority in 275 members chamber. This enabled constitutional amendments and also unilateral legislation. So they can do everything. This where you can have the minority, you can shout. All that you can do is press conference. You can't do anything again. You can't do anything
By
again.
By constitution, it becomes the most powerful person in the country.
Yes. And we have the Akwetia by-election risk. Death of the NPP and PNS Kumi makes this swing seat. It's a swing seat, as I told you, is vulnerable. The NDC sweep could further consolidate power. So as I told you, now they are 83. If they win Ablekuma North, 84, they have absolutely gotten what they want. And now if they win here to the by-election, absolutely
absolute power.
The cup is really full and it's really falling. And as NPP strategic gamble, boycott may demoralize base. They started to boycott it. They don't want to go around it. And now just yesterday and tonight now they have started campaigning. So all these forms part going to affect the New Patriotic Party. Voters' behavior and also let's look at how it is going to shift in enthusiasm. Lawyer Theophilus Dimaga predict NDC victory due to voter disenfranchisement in 2024 and others. Because of what happened in 2024, they feel that the then government used the military and others to intimidate them. Hence, they are in government, they have the absolute power to do what they are supposed to do. Now, people have freedom to go out and vote. So, this is saying that if you look at what is going on there, people are going to think, if you vote for the NPP, the year the party in the is going to really affect us. And also what they did to us, it's not favorable for us to vote for them. And clearly, it goes in favor for the NDC. Notes, economic discount, we just been mentioning, stagnant prices despite stable currency may drive anti-incumbent sentiment. So what the government has really done for the economic issues and others are also going to play a crucial role in there. And also low NPP turnout expected. So he also said that, and obviously the party themselves that we are not going, and how much more the electorate or the voters. So this what is really going on at Ablekuma North constituency. So far we have talked about if NDC wins, it's a plus mark for the party. If NPP also win, then it is also going to help the country. But there will be another alternative for NPP as the Akwetia by election. So they are trying their possible means to earn a seat within these two. But as I said, this election will determine the 2028 how far we are going to be. If Ghanaians are okay with what this government is doing, then this election will tell something, as well as the Akwetia election might also tell a different story. So basically, that's what we have for today. If we have a final conclusion, then we end up.
Yeah, well, I just want to tell the AC to do the right thing. Already they are under pressure to get it right. So I hope that this time around there will be no voter disenfranchisement, and then the electorate will come in their numbers and to come and vote for their member of parliament. And also the security issues, there must be enough security around for the EC officer to announce the winner of the Ablekuma North election. So I hope that this time around the EC get it right, and then we'll have a credible winner at Ablekuma North constituency.
Thank you, Isaac Mote. So that's how we end today's analysis. We looked at Ablekuma North constituency. They are on election today. They are voting for their member of parliament. Man, a lot of things happened 2024 to 2025, and today they are going to officially vote for their member of parliament. Let's see, by Monday, we'll be giving you the updates. But then, you can also follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Adwa TV, GH, and if you go to TikTok, YouTube, X, and other social media platforms, you can also log on to www.adwanews.com. You can read more of our stories being published there to get yourself updated. And I thank the production. Today is Friday. Tomorrow is weekend. Let's go and chill, but chill responsibly. Thanks to the production team, those who help us to do everything from technical to MCR and everybody in the house here. I think Ike, we are done.
We are done.
No birthday.
No birthday wish.
So this weekend, where will you be?
No, I'll be home.
Oh, okay.
I'll be home.
Okay. And Sunday you go to church?
The Sunday I'll go to church, and then Monday we'll be back at work.
Sure. And I'll be going to Kumasi. Right from here. Yeah, I need to go to Kumasi for an important meeting. And clearly, Monday I'll be here. Monday we are going to focus on another analysis, very different angle, and that will be so much interesting. So, good morning. We are done. So see you Monday. Thank you for being part. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and this is Isaac.